Steve Mercury, have you ever considered changing the strikes in your arsenal? No, I like the way I fight, darlings. Sorry, did I make it sound like you have a choice? Well, Steve Mercury joined Strong Style. I was glad to see you leave wrestling school. Now you're Strong Style Wrestling's problem. Steve Mercury, that's two voices already featured in this show. I can only do 3 voices, and let's be honest, 2 of them sound pretty similar. But nonetheless, Steve Mercury joining Strong Style Wrestling. Debut match here tonight, and he's dancing, he's jiving. And of course, going straight to that machine, he's got to keep that 300-pound frame. Got to maintain that, and he's not going to do it without spending at least $100 a day on food. Walking into the wall there, that poster so realistic. Steve Mercury thought it was the arena and thought it was where his match was going to take place now. Well, clicking the fingers, dancing, and thankfully not his vocal cords being warmed up today, because I don't think any of us could tolerate that. I think even though Freddie Mercury's dead, he could probably still sing better than Steve Mercury can. The show's starting and Mercury looking to continue this week-long feud. He's been fighting with this bed for so long. He wants to knock it down, he wants to defeat it, but it is so strong, so resilient and so tough. It will not go down, it will not budge an inch. Hitting it with everything he's got is the 300-pounder. And I'll tell you what, this bag, it's like the Mick Foley of Wrestling Empire, let me tell you that. Took so much damage, they're all hitting it. None of them can knock it down. And if it could learn to get some offense in it, bit of world champion. Now Steve Mercury, fired up now, getting ready for his debut match here in Strong Style Wrestling. Oh, it's Petrol, the 7-footer. Mercury with a reverse. Death Valley driver, making friends in his new promotion, as only he does. Thank God he wasn't near the train tracks, because that could have been so much worse for Petrol. Steve Mercury debut here in Strong Style Wrestling. Will it be a successful one? It's a dynamite match. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a dynamite match where the only way to win is to... well, it's the same as a normal match, but the ring is filled with dynamite, so the rules are the same. Introducing first, now residing in India, weighing in tonight at 300 pounds, Steve Mercury. Well, the ring announcer clear on the rules again, as always. What a professional this man is, as Steve Mercury set to take on Demento. His opponent from Bombay, India, weighing in tonight at 210 pounds, Demento. Well, Demento still suffering the effects last week. Steve Mercury hitting that reverse suplex, throwing him to the outside of the ring, and he is on crutches, he is hurting, but nonetheless, he's a tough man, he's a gallant athlete, and he's going to fight despite the injury. Hey, what kind of name is Steve Mercury? I know you were born with it, or did you choose it? You think I got where I am today with a name like that? Give yourself a chance. I don't suppose it matters what your name is anyway, since it's going to be history after this match. Alright, my name is going down in history as the guy that ended the career of Demento. Darlings. Well, Demento in bad shape already and competing in this match. He's got guts bigger than brains, you've got to give him that. Oh! Steve Mercury, the same move he used to injure him last week. Reverse suplex to the outside of the ring, and now throwing the dynamite at him, throwing the crutches at him. Like a wife that's thrown out her husband. Throwing every item he can find at Demento, trying to get the dynamite to explode. Dangerous situation here for Demento. Throwing the dynamite again. Thankfully nothing's gone off yet. Oh, it's gone off now. Big time explosion. Well, that's got to be it. Demento, he may not be with us anymore. Hey, Steve Mercury, everybody knows that decision was bogus. You had in decency you'd agree to restart this match and prove that you can beat me properly. Fine, restart the match. Your voice sounded very different then than it normally does. Well, it certainly did sound different there, but nonetheless, Steve Mercury That feeble Freddie Mercury impression didn't work that time. That explosion did. I thought Steve Mercury was going to fly out of the ring there, but he was just cartwheeling. I'm not sure why he did that, but he certainly was not showing off. And now on the top rope, going for the big leg drop, completely missing. But I think Demento may be out of it anyway after that explosion. And the 3 count. Steve Mercury, definitive. He is your winner here. Oh, come on. He's going for the dynamite already, and I think Demento is out of it. Gripping the shoulder, gripping the head. He wants another explosion. Referee for some reason throwing himself to the outside of the ring. Keeps getting hit in the head with that dynamite, but thankfully it's not going off. Hopefully it stays that. Wow! Well, that could have been dangerous, just missing both Demento and the referee. Now Mercury picking him up, going for the suplex. Demento picked up again, once again by Mercury, and now the reverse suplex to the outside. That's twice he's hit him with that move that injured him. Steve Mercury has benefited from the exposure of a major wrestling company. Demento's status has not been affected by that match. Thankfully, Demento has escaped that match without serious injury. It's some miracle. Strong Style Wrestling viewings up, still bottom ranked. And I'm sure Steve Mercury is going to take credit for that. And the money's going up now. He's earned a little bit of money. He's earning nothing in wrestling school. He's got to pay for that food bill. Those $100 expenses. One victory over Demento doesn't mean anything. I didn't read the rest of it. Steve Mercury not happy with the promoter of Strong Style taking him out. And what's he doing, of course? Another one bites the dust. More like another one bites everything in front of him. This man cannot stop eating. He has got an eating disorder. He needs severe help here. Is he going to seek it? Well, I think the eating disorder, in all fairness, is the least of his problems. Probably throwing people onto the train tracks is a more serious problem, but nonetheless, Steve Mercury heading to the underground, heading to the train tracks. This is a scary situation. Oh, and another Buguisha. Throwing it. Oh no. Oh, amazingly. Oh. You think $500 per week is good, Steve Mercury? Apparently he does. I will still more than you, Steve Mercury. Don't mess with me. Go bold to say, don't mess with him. But Steve Mercury isn't going to mess with him. This oncoming train is. This is a bad situation. Oh, and that's not good. For some reason, Honor Bugisha, whatever she's called, completely unharmed by the train running over her. Steve Mercury not happy. He wants no witnesses to what he's just done to Cole Boulder, who's laying motionless right on the train tracks. Oh, I'm ramming the face right into that oncoming train. Well, it's all happening now. He looks to be out of it on the train tracks. Samsara thinks she's safe, but Steve Mercury leaves no witnesses. He is a professional. She needs to get the hell out of there. Train there, and now Steve Mercury acting like he's just waiting for the correct train to come. He is waiting for a train, but this one doesn't take him home. That choke slam may take Samsara to Dreamland there. Oh, now throwing her onto the tracks. Come on. Took 3 out here. 3 competitors, 3 athletes wiped out by Steve Mercury, but no witnesses. Of course it is on camera, but this is wrestling, then that doesn't matter. Welcome. Oh. Well, I don't know how that got in there. Cole Boulder was found unconscious. After 9 hours of comfortable sleep, Steve Mercury's energy levels are full. Onega Bugisha was found unconscious in the subway. Well, all these people found unconscious in the subway. Nobody knows how it happened. As I said, it was filmed that Steve Mercury did it, but oh no, not this rubbish again. Come on. Turning in his grave is the man, hearing this. And he's just wandering around the city now. It's got quite late here. He's going to have to get straight to the curtain. Thanks for getting rid of Anota Benicia. Well,
Demento.
Dano. Mercury.
Dano.
Better for all of us when a champion like Calvin Steen.
Dano.
I heard you fought for the son of Claus, Steve Mercury. You're as stupid as you look. Well, Mercury, once again, he's got a weapon this time to try and take on that bag. It's the ultimate enemy. It's his biggest foe. He's fighting, he's hitting, he's biting, scratching, clawing, but nonetheless, he still doesn't budge. My goodness, what a fight this is. Get a camera on this. Get a paying crowd in, because this would sell out any arena in the world. Gruesome Sharon getting in the way.
Listen, Mercury, after what happened, I realised that none of this is worth dying for. Why don't we put all this behind us and be friends?
Alright, let's make peace, darling.
I can see us ever be friends, but let's live our lives normally.
Oh, Steve Mercury's gonna fight that bag again, block. You should have finished the job, Mercury. Now, I won't stop until I finish. Well, Gold Boulder. He's got a big heart. Alright, Mercury, you proved your point. He's got a big heart, but an even bigger injury. Oh, and Steve Mercury desperately needs to go to the toilet. Action at both ends, hopefully not. Trying to hold it, Gruesome Sharon trying to prevent him from getting to the toilet in time. Is he going to get there? Miles Hershey interrupting him. Goldwater will be out of action after what you did to him, Mercury. That means that you'll be out of action until you learn how to behave well. Learn he's not going to be. I don't want any trouble with someone who's willing to use a microphone. Well, Mercury not happy about the fact he's been taken off today's show. Of course he got to the toilet in time. That is, you've got to take every silver lining with every cloud, but nonetheless, not happy at Miles Hershey for taking him off the show and now taking out a promoter of strong style wrestling. Now picking him up, big time powerbomb right on the tile floor, and Safari's a witness. What is your problem, Steve Mercury? Don't touch me unless you want to fight. Well, another similar voice, and it's amazing. There's only 3 or 4 voices in this universe, but nonetheless, Safari is a witness to this crime. And Steve Mercury leaves no witnesses. Big time reverse suplex on the tile floor. Doing cartwheels now, is very happy about this situation. Somehow Miles Hershey getting back to his feet, and I don't think Steve Mercury has noticed. He slips away. Mercury's getting sloppy, and surely after attacking his boss, that is not going to be good for the career of Steve Mercury. Throwing the dynamite explosion on Safari. Sounds like a bad movie. Big choke slam again by Mercury. You're faster than me, Mercury. I don't want any trouble with you. And I think Safari may be out of it, but Steve Mercury is still attacking. And what power, an uncooperative opponent, and hitting that reverse suplex. The power of Mercury unmatched here. Nice arm drag. I suppose he's getting a bit of practice in for his next match. Dragon Sleeper. Mercury fired up. Maybe he wanted to just hit his submission maneuver. He's got the crossface on. I've never known anybody who's done anything bad in their life to use that as a submission maneuver. Never happened. Now Mercury picking him up. Driver. Spiking his head. Could have a broken neck. Right on the tile floor now. Another one bites the dust indeed. I think he only knows 2 Queen songs. I mean, if I was going to dedicate myself to impersonating a rock star, I'd probably learn the full back catalogue. 2 songs not enough. Wearing a bit thin now is for Mercury. And just enough time for him to try and defeat this opponent. 100,000 people have paid. What's this? Score bends. Attacking Mercury. Big mistake. You don't attack this man. He's mentally unstable. We all know that. Score Ben's been pushed into the hospital. Thankfully he made it to the hospital in a way. And now Mercury going to his hotel room. Are you sure you want to walk out with that? It'll cost you $50, Mercury. No, I'll put it back. You shouldn't try to walk out with anything you can't afford. Now Mercury gonna go back to his hotel room, get an early night, and hopefully not kill anyone else. That is the dream, that is the hope. what's going to happen next week, ladies and gentlemen, when Steve Mercury does something. We can guarantee that.